welcome back to more Netrunner from the San Francisco Bay Area. I have the finals here from the Games of Berkeley Store Championship. This was from February 20th. And I have with me commentating Mr. Andrew Cortez. How are you doing today, Andrew?
Oh, dude, I am so great. We're going to see a sick game between Sync, a crazy NBN ID, and Leela, an also crazy criminal ID.
And the two players here, we have Noah McKee playing on the left. That is the top 4 finalist from Worlds 2015. Very, what do you say, prolific player in the area. Plays a lot, wins a lot, and he's sitting here at the final table trying to take his first store championship. His second store championship of the season.
Second, yeah.
And on the right side of the table, we had a player from a previous game we commentated on the channel, just a couple games back, I'd say. Todd Wilde here. So, Faust into legwork.
Boom, let's go. Pay 1 to win.
And so he's
with a card.
Faust.
Because he has to. Yeah. That's too funny.
Oh, that is... so this deck here... Oh, there you just saw that. You see the deck right there.
You saw the deck.
Right there,
it's right there. Yep.
So do you want to talk about this deck a little bit?
The
Sync deck we're talking about.
Yeah, so actually it's Netrunner DB right now. It's called CTZ Undefeated, and it's actually, I helped Noah come up with the deck. I originally came up with a combo of using Casting Call and Dedication Ceremony out of Argus, so that I could essentially put a lot of pressure on the runner and force steals to be really, really difficult. And we talked about how we could use it elsewhere, and we settled on reversed accounts in NBN alongside Casting Call, so you could either use it on agendas or the traps to make the runner lose 12 credits in a single turn, which is absolutely bonkers.
And that's through reversed accounts.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and so what's interesting about this is, like, this was somewhat built in response to the heavy Faust meta, right?
Yes, yeah, I think we just wanted, Anarchs usually have a hard time recovering from 0, or they'll have to do a lot of things like click, install Liberated, take 4, or go all the way down to install Daily Cast or things like that, and we were just trying to take advantage of having increased tax through clearing tags, and also an increased penalty for leaving remotes unchecked and just focusing on R&D.
Okay, so that's kind of the theory behind the deck. Let's so talk about some of the stuff happening here. Noah almost certainly knows it's a DLR deck. This is the last game of a very long tournament. He's probably figured out at this point that Todd is playing DLR, and he sneaks through an Astro.
Yeah, wow, what a crutch play.
Yeah, that was definitely a big gamble. That being said, he also kind of knew that Todd was going to have to spend a turn of recovery. Todd went really hard early. I want to talk about this first play. So Todd, his opening is Faust legwork, right? I think that's what he did. He might have drawn a card before that.
No, it was Faust legwork.
And he did that in response. Like, Noah's opening was the pop-up install Jackson draw, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think Todd was thinking, maybe we should also mention, this was both players mulliganed, so that is an extremely important factor here to this play. So he sees Noah take Jackson. He's thinking maybe Noah's a bit flooded on agendas, so he might be able to go pick out the, he can't trash the reversed accounts. So I think that's why that stuff happened. I think that's why he did legwork on the opening.
Right.
Even though it put him in like a weaker position, he just thought maybe I could just grab 4 points.
Yeah.
Okay, and so Todd here, he has the drug dealer out, which is drawing him a card at the start of Noah's turn, fueling Faust even more. And I'm sure he's really wanting to siphon very soon. This would be a great time to siphon.
Right.
So why was Sync chosen here?
Sync was chosen because he's also playing QPM, and he has like Data Raven and Gutenberg and things like that, and we wanted to just introduce an economic tax in any way possible, and out of Sync that seemed really, really good, because you want some tags to stick either for psychographics or for closed accounts, and then also the whole reversed accounts play.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, this deck runs 49 cards. Even though Sync is a 40-card ID, he chose to put in 49.
Yeah, we did 49. I think there was a lot of issues. There was a couple of cards that we were having 2 copies of, and then we really wanted 3 copies of, or 1 copy of and wanted 2. and just having it at 49 was really that was the correct call.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see a sweeps here. Sweeps is extra good. He's getting 5 credits on those sweeps because of
drug dealer.
The drug dealer. Yeah. So it's everyone draws cards. Everyone draw 3. I love that card.
Yeah, that card is so fun.
So this game is already off to a weird start, mostly because of that Astro script that was snuck through. And
right.
Oh no, Todd's in the positioning.
The double.
He has to spend 2 cards to break pop-up window.
Oh man,
Unreal.
That's so funny.
And I guess I see he has an inside job in hand. I'm looking for that siphon. I guess he doesn't have it, or he's maybe not ready to go tag me yet.
Yeah, I mean, Todd has no econ right now, which is that's going to be really bad if he siphons because he's going to have to pay 6 plus either 2 more credits or 2 cards to get rid of the tags and complete the run, that's really steep. So he's probably not going to want to do that quite yet.
Okay, this is also interesting here. So he spends the Plascrete to break the resistor. He does that because he saw Dedication Ceremony, right?
Yeah, Dedication Ceremony is 3 influence, so that's a hefty
and he
chunk
also
of change.
sees, it's worth pointing out this is most wanted list, and he sees Astro, so that is more influence and less influence for Scorched Earth. So
exactly.
He made the right call there for sure.
Totally.
Yeah. More Sweeps Week. That's 5 credits for Sweeps Week. Oh man, such a good card.
Yeah. So good.
Okay, and he reinforces R&D. So far, like outside of this Astro script, his remote play is pretty weak.
Yeah, remote play is pretty weak right now, and if we end up seeing something like a bank job, that's just Jackson right now on the table. So not really much happening on remotes right now. I think Todd just needs to work on getting some econ going so that he can afford the extra tax on the tags and to install other things that he might need.
All right, so right now Noah does have a game plan in that he has a scored Astro, so he automatically has a game plan. Let's assume he doesn't have that Astro. Let's say that's a Beal, for the sake of argument. Okay, let's pause that discussion while the Siphon plays out, and it's a 3 pop-up window.
That's how you summon Exodia, folks. You put 3 of the same thing in a row.
And Todd has to break it with cards.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so and Todd's gonna break it. This is first click, I believe. So
right.
Noah gets 3, loses 5, and Todd gains 10. And he probably wants to clear these tags, so he's really just a gain of 4 for 3 clicks.
Yeah, it's rough. I think really the Siphon at this point is more about trying to slow Noah down.
But with those pop-ups, you can't slow Noah down. Like,
right,
the
I know.
Taken,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, This is such an interesting counter to Siphon right here. I think this is and this is something that's somewhat tied to Sync's ability. Like that extra 2 credit tax makes a difference here.
Right, totally.
Oh no, it looks like he just didn't Todd have 10 credits? I think he just spent 4 to clear those tags.
Oh.
Not that it's relevant because Noah did just Dedication Ceremony.
Yeah.
But so that's the combo there. You install the reversed Dedication and take away the money.
Res than Dedication, but yeah.
Yeah. What did I say?
Just install Dedication, install reversed and the Dedication. That's a huge a huge part of the combo is that you can do it on traps because you can res them at any point, and then the other part of the combo is casting call because your agendas are face up.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to score the agenda on that same turn, right?
Right, correct. But you use it exactly how Noah's using it right now. So imagine looking at that server. That's a casting call to NAPD. So he has to pay 4 to steal the agenda, take 2 tags, which is inherently now, that's another 6 credits. That's minus 10 to get 2 points. It is a rough.
Yeah, and Noah set this up, like the previous, or was this all the same turn? Did he just do he took his money in the same turn that he played this out? No, these are 2 separate turns.
2 separate turns. Yeah.
Okay. What did Todd do? They're playing so fast I'm missing it. He put down the same old thing. He put down a fall guy.
Todd did bank job, and then bank jobbed off the casting call server.
this turn. But what did
Yeah.
Todd do the previous turn?
I think. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay. Well, no, he must have put down a same old thing. Anyway, it's not that important. Okay, so we do have the NAPD scored, and Leela bouncing a card. Did they forget the Leela bounce on the first?
No, there was nothing to bounce. Because I think it was just pop-up window and it was rezzed. Okay. Yeah.
And so the Leela did bounce there. I think Noah just reinstalled that card, click 1.
Yeah, because it was advance, NAPD. He still has a click, and then you just throw it right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely a common strategy when you play against Leela. Like, whenever I see Leela drop, I'm like, okay, just install double advance every agenda so that I can figure out the bounce. Yeah.
You need that flex click.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, Noah probably should have taken that card back in hand and put it down again, just to, like, slightly, like, make him believe he changed his mind in response to something that has happened.
Yeah. Or also,
would...
you should do it if there's gang sign thing, because you can bounce and then you have more cards in hand, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just with reinstalling that ice, like, Noah didn't do that because in practice he was going to install the same thing, but there's no reason to give your opponent that bit of information.
Right.
I'm being quite pedantic here.
God, stop being such a comic book guy.
And wireless net down. This is a unique card now, so
when you see that wireless net pavilion, and we've already seen 2 fall guys, there's only one thing, and it's a DLR, baby. It's coming.
I don't think Noah needs to be worried about that. It's still a little bit off, and he just scores out another Astra.
Right. That's the thing. When you're playing as NBN against Criminal, you know that Clot is pretty much a done deal, that it's not going to be on the table. So.
Yeah. He totally, that was a huge risk, I'd say, with that Astra script, but, like, that is, that he's at 6 points and Todd's at -1, and it's entirely because of that.
Yeah.
I remember Noah commenting on that, like, he was joking. He said, "This is how you win a store championship, is you bluff out Astros," and he was joking because, like, that's not a good thing to do usually.
Yeah, no, totally not.
But it worked. It worked on the premise that that's not a good thing to do, and so Todd figures, like, worst case it's a news team, so why bother? And it's probably a Jackson, so why bother?
Yeah.
And here's that siphon coming in again.
Yeah, that is rough.
Looks like he's probably gonna have to. Yeah, this is awkward. Like, the resistor. I've since that card came out, I've said, like, the resistor is a way better card than people think it is, because it's the same as Wallace wraparound. Basically, like, if they have Corroder, against Faust, there's a different thing here, but it's basically the same as wraparound, except, like, once they decide to go tag me, it just explodes and it's unstoppable.
Yeah, it's just if you can get a parasite out quickly, though, then that thing's toast. But other than that, yeah, I totally agree that it deserves more respect than people give.
It absolutely has its downsides, but I think its upside, like, it needs to be reconsidered. It's not like, oh, should I, like, wraparound is definitely the right choice, and should I include one copy? You really have to, like, think about your deck and your meta. It's a really good barrier. Yeah. The 0 cost is also a huge factor. Like, just 2 credits doesn't seem like a lot, but for a deck that's running really tight on money, like you see right now, that cost makes a difference.
Yeah, and actually, in the write-up of this deck, Noah very clearly states that most of your turns are install credit or install credit. And that is very true.
Yeah, that's your economy, right? It's
exactly.
Like, if they're not going to get pop-up windows,
yeah, so
just click.
Take all the great ideas from ETF, take them out of ETF so they're just average, and that's how you build the deck in Netrunner.
Well, okay, so your economy in Netrunner, like, there's a lot of different parts of the economy, and one of them is card draw. And there are a lot of decks, especially criminal decks, like, you're seeing it right, drug dealer. There's a lot of decks, especially criminal decks, where you click to draw cards. That's primarily what you do.
Yeah.
And so it seems absurd to have a deck where, like, you spend a lot of time clicking for credits, but if you don't need the card draw and you don't need a lot of economy, it could be the right thing to do. Like, clicking for credits is not actually the worst thing.
No, I think, and especially where Noah's at right now in terms of his situation. I mean, he just needs to get an agenda, so he should just solidify his board a little bit more in terms of
right.
Ice would be great, but it doesn't seem like he's getting that yet.
Okay,
we got a
NAPD,
hot
so
NAPD. That's a rip.
And he bounces one of those remote servers.
Yep.
And he needs to check R&D a lot.
Yeah, he needs to be moving and shaking on that.
It's so risky because so he siphons. That might be a SanSan down, and then Noah just needs to be at like 8 credits or something like that to basically score out an NAPD. So if he didn't steal that NAPD, then Noah's just maybe a turn away from scoring it.
Right.
And
yeah, there's QPM. Yeah.
QPM. So
That'll
install
advance,
and
Pop.
the Astro to score out QPM.
That Astro train, once it leaves the station, whoo-hoo.
So, the game was quick here. It was ended up being a pretty standard, like, NBN Astro Train game, but I think there was a lot more going on at play. And again, that initial just bluffed Astro really changed things at a fundamental level.
Right, yeah, totally. That was a game changer right off the bat.
And this, we should also mention, this was the final, like the no, I don't know the order these games are going to be put up, so I won't say more. But this was the final game in the tournament. So Noah did win the store championship, his second win of the season.
Yep.
And man, Todd had an incredible run as well, playing that Leela DLR deck. Very odd deck. I didn't, that surprised me a little bit. But he ran it really well, and it was clearly powerful.
Yeah, Todd did a great job on the day. He definitely made a disgustingly dirty runner deck out of it.
Yeah, but we like that here.
Yeah, we like rough, tough, forward stuff. Exactly.
Extremely spicy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So thanks, everyone, for watching this tournament series. We will have some more games from others. There are a ton of store championships here in the Bay Area. We have, we just did one yesterday. We have another 2 or 3 coming up all in this month, even.
Yeah,
or early in March.
We're so spoiled here. It's unreal. I think we had a total, or I think in this season we will end up having a total of 7 store championships, 4 of which have happened. Noah's won 2, I won 1, Jamie Kennedy won 1 as well.
So yeah, that's to say, if you are in the Bay or visiting the Bay, head on over to sansanfrancisco.net. We have the event calendar showing you all the tournaments going on in the area. There's a mailing list there. You can get a hold of us, figure out where the casual meetups are happening. There's always Netrunner happening. Great place to play.
Yeah, dude, reach out.
Okay, thanks everyone for watching. We'll have more up on the channel soon.
See you guys.